Welcome into HQ Spotlight here on CBS Sports Network. I'm Jordan Giorgio. We begin today with a look at where things stand currently with the NFL playoff picture. Zeroing in on the AFC first. The surging Denver Broncos have the AFC's top seed after their 8th consecutive win. They have been so fun to watch so far this season, just proving to everyone that they can beat legit teams. Yesterday, they handed the Chiefs a 22-19 loss on a last-second Will Lutz field goal. Meanwhile, the Chiefs, as you see there, in the hunt still, but fall to 5-5 on the season. For much more on the AFC playoff picture and every team's path right now, we go ahead and welcome you inside our studios. Rand Carthon joins me here on set. We're going to go through some of these AFC teams, and you're going to tell us on a scale from difficult, moderate, and simple on their path currently to the playoffs. Let's begin with those Chiefs that I just mentioned, who have some serious work to do just to make a wild card right now.
Yeah, and I put their chances at moderate right now, and the reason being they are in an unfamiliar place for them, especially as the team has won the division as many years as they have. I don't think their path this year is through being a division winner. It's going to come with them being a wild card team, and they have a tough schedule down the stretch here to finish. But I think right now they're at moderate. Right now they currently have a 51% chance of making the playoffs. And I do think with this schedule that they have, there is room for one more loss. But then I think the pressure is really on at that point, because if you see here, if there's one more loss there, it gets you to six losses, which still gives you the room to have 11 wins on the season. And it's going to take a 10-11 win type season to make the playoffs in the AFC this year.
So you're saying still there's a slight chance. It's just crazy, the turn of events, right, for Kansas City. Right now, odds makers have them at -220 to make the playoffs. How about the Jaguars? Let's get to them now. Just how big could their recent win over the Chargers actually be in terms of the impact for the wild card race?
No, it's going to be huge, and I put them in moderate as well. They're currently sitting in the 7th spot, and again, for them, I think the Colts will run away with this division. I think they're going to win the division there. But for Jacksonville, they're going to have to continue to win, because if you look at the AFC picture, the Baltimore Ravens are starting to surge here. And then if that means if they surge, and then we don't know where Aaron Rodgers' injury is going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers, so we could see a flip-flop there at some point, in which would bump the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably in the best situation of all these teams, even though it's moderate, because now they know they control their own destiny, and they're in control of it, whether they make it in that 6th or 7th spot.
Good to hear if you're a Jags fan out there. Let's get to the Texans here, who kept their very thin, if you will, playoff hopes alive with a second dramatic win in a row, this time, of course, over Tennessee. When you look at their remaining schedule, what odds do you give them?
So I put them at the difficult level, and I put them at difficult level because I feel like just looking at the numbers, they have a 33% chance of making the playoffs. Like you said, they got away with the win yesterday against the Titans, and they were able to sweep the Titans on the season, and they did so without their starting quarterback, C.J. Stroud, and so they've gone 2-0 with Davis Mills at quarterback. Hopefully get C.J. Stroud back this week. But they are legitimately on the outside looking in, and we look and see what their remaining schedule is. And all of those teams, not all of them, but you see 5 teams there with playoff aspirations. And so it's going to be a difficult ride. But if anyone can pull it off, it can be this Texans and this championship defense that they have.
Difficult ride for sure. You mentioned the Baltimore Ravens surging right now. They are a game behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. With the AFC North really still in play here, how confident are you in their playoff chances?
I'm confident in their chances, and I still put them at the moderate range, because there is going to take some work and require some work. But think about this, Jordan. We sat here weeks ago, and people were ready to declare the Baltimore Ravens as dead. They were out of it. They are 1-5, and now they're sitting there one game back from being in the division lead. And so then they still have to play Pittsburgh. And so it's one of those situations where the odds makers had it right. Even when they were 1-5, they put him still in position to be able to have a chance to win the division. And we look there, excuse me, still has to play the Bengals twice. You still have the Jets. And then you have to play the Steelers twice. Still very much winnable for them to win the AFC North, and I think they will get it done.
Yeah, okay, that was going to be my follow-up question. You see two of those division rivals coming up, as you mentioned, two games that they have to go through as well. But Rand, feeling strong that the Baltimore Ravens will get it done, win the AFC North. Lastly, we got to hit on the Dolphins here. They get the NFL's first win abroad in Spain against the Washington Commanders. Is it too late for the Dolphins, though, to make a run?
Yeah, too little, too late.
Okay.
I put them at difficult. I think their chances of making the playoffs right now are a 1% chance. And I can appreciate the way this team has turned around, especially with where they started, and that they're just playing for each other now. We look to see their remaining schedule, all winnable games up until that December matchup against the Buccaneers, and then to close it out against the Patriots. That'll be tough. But if they keep playing the way they are playing, they can rip off these next 4 wins and put them in a favorable spot, but I think they've dug themselves in too deep of a hole at this point, especially in the AFC. The AFC is so compact this year with teams that are doing really well, and so I just think they've dug themselves a little too deep in the hole.
All right, we'll leave it there for now as you take a look at the AFC odds right now to win the conference. The Bills, of course, at the top there, get an insane win over the Buccaneers yesterday. We're actually going to talk to our own Evan Washburn, who had a front row seat to that one a little bit later on in the show. Josh Allen making some history. You see the Colts behind the Bills right now with the second best odds to win the AFC Championship. We'll see how it all plays out. Rand, hold tight.